Woohoo!
That's not even in the movie.
It's not, but it was in a I think on the TV spot trailer, and that's when I first
It
heard.
was on the trailer.
Yeah, it was on the trailer. Do
Yeah,
you
it was
remember
on the
that? Huh?
trailer, the soundtrack. Oh yeah, that's what got you to the theater. Got me to the theater to watch
I
this.
think that's what it was for me too, just to get me in the theater to watch because I watched this in the theater back in what year did it? 1997. Yes,
Yeah.
I
I
do
mean, it
want.
looked like an awesome movie.
So
And
it did look like
I
an
actually
awesome movie.
like the movie. It's not,
Okay, so
I know it didn't do too good.
I like the movie too, and I want to say the special effects in this movie was better than Battlefield Earth, even though this came out 2 years before. Have you
This
noticed
came out
that?
2 years before Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, and Battlefield Earth came out in '99, and this came out in
Battlefield Earth
'97.
was, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't even say Battlefield Earth even mention it even near this movie. I wouldn't mention Battlefield Earth near a lot of movies.
Yeah, but I was just talking about like the special effect wise, not just like talk about the
Yeah,
movie.
well,
Let me
it's
hold
just
on.
awful. Yeah,
Let me confirm
yeah,
Battlefield Earth. Oh, I'm sorry, year 2000, not 99.
yeah. Yeah. Like if I had a guess though, and I didn't remember it, yeah, I would have said, "Oh yeah, Battlefield Earth came out in the '80s." That's pretty good for the '80s.
So let's see. Yeah, we both enjoyed the movie. I think I still enjoyed it when I first watched it in the theater, and I still enjoyed it today. But then, I think the only thing that bothers me, maybe not bothers me, right, that I wish there was like a bigger battle is how they capture the brain bug at the end. Like it wasn't
Oh, you
too much of
should
a
have been more.
battle.
We should have.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really see the battle though. That's the thing is we didn't see the battle. All they did is they spot the brain bug, and the brain bug ran, and of course the main characters save their friends and get
Yes.
out.
Because his
And
team was the one
then,
that captured it.
then they tell you, yeah, that well, it actually wasn't even his team, Commander
Oh, a
Zim.
different team. Yeah, a different
Well,
team.
not Commander Zim. What is it? Private Zim.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's part of the group, but yeah, somebody else captured it.
Yeah, because they gave the location
So
because he was Rico was trying to rescue his friends and he stayed off course, but then it was because he was trying to rescue his friends and that's why they found the brain bug thing.
yeah,
You know
of
what
course you got Doogie Howser. Doogie Howser was supposed to have supposedly told him where it was.
yeah, so was I the only one thought that everybody was dressed like Nazis? Or is it just because
No, you
this
weren't the only one. They were supposed to be dressed like Nazis. That's the whole point of the
okay.
movie.
Okay. Okay.
Don't tell me that was lost on you
It
too.
wasn't lost on me and I'm like, It just
But the
if
problem is the movie didn't make a good case. The problem is the movie. Okay, this is based on a book, which
yeah.
I've never read the book,
I never thought
which
about
is a
either.
shame. I wish I would have. I wish I read a bit. A lot of people go, "Oh, so some people read the book." I think if you're in the military academies, you got to read the book. A
But
lot of
it's
people,
an
like the
old
people
book
who made
too.
this movie,
Yeah.
a lot of the people who made this movie, didn't read the book. They've all said they found it boring, so they didn't finish the book. So I guess I don't
Oh,
really need to read the book in order to make the movie.
you're
But the
right.
problem is, it's made by a science fiction writer. The whole movie's based on a bunch of other stuff, got interesting stuff, but it's mainly for about military. It's about being a military, pro-military.
Yeah,
Okay,
pro military. Yep.
even though people would say, "Oh, we did read the book," it's not pro-military. But a lot of people say it's. Let's just say this. Me and you don't read the book, so we don't know if it's pro-military or not.
The
But
director
the
didn't read the book
movie,
either.
he said he read it. He
He
started
found it
to. He
was
never
boring.
finished it.
Yeah,
It
he
was
never
boring. Blah
finished it. He's
blah
like,
blah. But anyway, that's not the point. The point of the movie he made was that it's supposed to be about fascism.
yes, fascism.
But the problem is, I don't understand what they're arguing. Well, they're trying to say, oh, they went and fought the bugs, but see, they did make these bugs a little smart.
So I had a problem with that because they didn't have like it was just big giant bugs, right? But they were somehow
Yeah.
have the technology to from what I gather from the movie, they were able to get these asteroids to try to destroy Earth,
Oh,
right?
they hit them with. Oh, they blasted them off the plasma. They hit the plasma field, hit them, and then shoot them across the Earth.
Okay.
That's not the only thing they used was plasma, though. You didn't understand they were shooting bug spores out into space, and they land on a planet, and they grow and then take over a planet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, it's just
All
one
right,
of those things.
let's put it this way: they made the bugs a threat, okay?
Yeah, that's all they did. Just the bugs are just a threat.
But the problem about the movie is they turned all very militaristic to destroy the bugs, and they're like, well, there's something wrong if you're going to become all militaristic, destroy a bunch of bugs. But I'm like, well, the bugs kind of were pretty dangerous from what I could tell. I think, and their message is not to become fascism and
It's to
go
become a
pro-military.
citizen. Yeah, like they use that to.
Well, here's the thing, though. If we didn't become all military during World War II, we probably would have lost World War II.
Oh, okay.
But see what I mean? The United States had to change. The United States was a fun country, and we just supplied weapons to
To
Europe
the
to
yeah.
fight the Nazis. Well, then of course Japan comes along and attacks us. What are we gonna do? Just go? Oh, that's okay. You can have that oil. You can take over all of China. Go ahead, take
All
over
of
Russia
the
while you're at
Pacific,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you can have everything. Even come back and get Hawaii when you're done. And then maybe if you're finished with that, I mean, I know you don't want California because we got so much oil here. I mean, it comes to a time when all your people, you got to get your population all against something, all up prepared for something. Because this thing was supposed to make fun of fascism, because basically it's all a bunch of commercials. Since we're doing our part, it has all these kids stomping on
Well, the
bugs.
commercials was like it's the style of the director, right? Because they had that in
It
RoboCop
is,
too.
but it's also to make, yeah, because the RoboCop's supposed to be about
Corporate,
violence.
yeah.
But the thing is, what
Police
makes RoboCop
Incorporated.
what makes RoboCop so great is the violence.
Yeah,
So to me, I mean, Verhoeven. I like his movies and stuff.
yeah.
But the thing is, he always wants a message. But I'm like, I'm not really sure what your message is because you're always trying to show you're against this. But I come out of the movie wanting to be for this.
And I think this is his last movie in the U.S. Oh no, he did Hollow Man. Hollow Man is the last one.
Yeah, we did Hollow Man.
We did Hollow Man. We did RoboCop. We
But
did Total
anyways, like I was
Recall.
saying though, you had to get everybody, all the general population, together to make form an enemy, so you could fight it and win.
Yeah,
And that's what they do against the bugs. They're like, well, they're just bugs. But I'm like, in this movie, those bugs took out a whole city.
yeah.
They kept them in the
Buenos
quarantine
Aires. Yep.
zone. And plus, those bugs, they waited till all these people showed up on the planet. They just shot harmless little plasma deals. That way they're like, come on in closer, come in closer, come in closer, put as many people on our planet as you can. And then we're going to kill everybody that's on our planet and wipe out almost all your ships. So I'm thinking, those bugs seem to be pretty good.
They are pretty good, right? Like
Yeah, they wiped. Did you see how many soldiers they killed?
it's like yeah.
And how many ships they destroyed?
It just I guess in my mind I'm like I can't believe something like that big was hard to destroy because Doogie Howser was also showing like
Well,
hey
here's the funny thing. That's the problem with the movie, though.
yeah okay
That's what's wrong with the movies. They're supposed to have made a simple enemy that made it silly to make a big military effort to destroy.
to destroy yep
But the problem is the movie fails in that because from what you see in the movie by the bugs, you needed a big military effort in order to beat these bugs.
yes it's
So
just so weird
so basically their glorification anti-glorification of the military backfires to me because I'm like, well, I'm kind of thinking you need it now. Plus, if somebody wipes out your city, they're like, oh, they're just bugs. You're still gonna want to join the military and go destroy
yeah
them
you want to
bugs, right?
destroy them you want to kill them all that was the whole thing like we
Exactly.
gotta
And
kill
I'm
them all
like, I love they're supposed to make that. They're like to that in this movie. That's supposed to be silly,
yeah so it's this kind of
but I'm thinking, how is that silly?
so Star Trooper is kind of like the last action hero in China like making fun of things like this I guess in a way
I guess the problem is
it's a
though. I
hidden
mean,
parody
it's
within
hard to it's
itself.
hard to it's hard to do anything when you tell me last action hero. I'm like, what? Last action hero
Yeah, but then
sucked.
you talk about like it's supposed to be silly like that, but then it's supposed to
Well,
deliver
it's
a
supposed to be. It's not
message.
supposed to be really silly. It's satire. Yeah,
Oh, the satire thing, yes.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, there was a silliness to it. And a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah, and I
But I
think
see the silliness, especially the advertisers. Do you want to know more? Do you want to know more?
yes. Do you
But I
want?
mean, this is
It's
just
kind of
just
like
like
browsing on
RoboCop.
the internet, like
Yeah,
going through Facebook. You're scrolling up, right? Yeah, I want to know more. That's why you click on it.
yeah. But then that's the thing that I like. But like I said, I mean, as much as I could talk all about the movie, I did like the movie. I went to the theater, saw it. That was
Oh,
really good.
yeah. So
I
it's
mean,
crazy, right? You and
a
I
lot of things
both
have
saw this
changed.
movie.
And we watched it. I've watched it twice recently. I watched it
Oh, you did?
this week, and then I watched it the week before. That's why I said, "Hey, let's do this."
Oh, okay.
And I just revisited it, and I thought, yeah, it's pretty good because I mean, it's still pretty good. I think I see a lot of Star Trek influence on it, especially the
Oh,
starships,
really?
the
Oh, the
spacecraft they
space.
use
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, some of the spaceships look a little silly. because you know like, they're all square and
Yeah,
stuff. I'm like,
it's
yeah,
all
because they had to
square
throw
and
it
it's
up.
kind of very like like tight fit together, right? But it's a
And
big
and
spaceship.
of course the guns, the weapons, the guns, they're like aliens, you know. On aliens, they have these big giant guns. But here's what bothers me. Okay,
Okay.
there's a scene. You see them fight the aliens. All right, they're
Yeah.
shooting the alien. They're shooting those little spider bugs, and it's hard to blow them legs off, man. They're shooting them.
Yeah.
It takes forever to destroy them. Okay,
It does.
it does. There's like 10 of them guys shooting them. Destroy the bugs. Okay, then it shows Doogie Howser or whoever we want to call him, uh, Barney Stinson. But
But
but anyways, it shows
Carl
that
Jenkins.
yeah, but anyways, it shows him, Barney Stinson, it shows him in the lab. They goes, bugs are dangerous. He has a rifle, turns around, shoots her legs off one shot, and then shoots it right at the deal, kills it like that. One man. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah.
he had a different. I'm like, so why aren't they supplying all these soldiers with
Yeah.
that
Like,
rifle?
is this the same rifle or like what the
But you do
heck?
see that rifle again because when what's the pilots number one and number two?
Yeah.
Was it
Richards number
is it yeah
two.
Christmas Jones? What was her name? Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Wait, no.
She said, I'm just saying. I was just saying. Remember back? Did you see James Bond with her in there?
I haven't seen James. I can't remember that
Her name
well.
was Merry Christmas
Yeah.
or Christmas. Her name was something Christmas, Doctor
Yeah.
Christmas, whatever. Anyway, when they crash on the planet, they pull out those rifles out of that
Oh
spaceship.
yeah, that
As a matter
spaceship.
of
Yeah.
fact, when they come in and save those troopers, they have those rifles.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm like, why is those rifles more effective than the other ones?
And I'm thinking like, why didn't they use fire, like some kind of flamethrower, right? It's just all. It feels like
Oh,
all
I don't know.
machine
Flamethrowers,
guns, you know.
flamethrowers pretty dangerous. I mean, of
But
course
then
you had
there's
the
a lot.
tanker.
Yeah. There's
You
a
had the tanker bug with the flamethrower.
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't exactly aliens, so they didn't have a flamethrower.
I did like because I was gonna say Barney Stinson, but Carl NPH Neil Patrick Harris, right? Because he's a intelligence officer, so he's immediately ranked way higher than everybody else in the
Well,
movie.
I don't know if it's just because he's military, but he had good scores.
Yeah, he has good scores, so
Which is funny on this movie, though. Normally in military service, to be an officer, you have to have college.
yeah,
Of course, Casper's DN or Casper's character, or whatever his name, Johnny Rico.
yeah.
Sorry, Johnny Rico. He's like, oh, we'll start a corp. It starts private, go to corp. What do you corporal? I need a lieutenant. I need a sergeant. Then I need a
Oh,
lieutenant.
I know.
It's like, what? You really, the real military, I mean, I'm sure it's different in the future, but
Because
the real military, it's not going to go that.
it's space, you
They're not going to
military.
just go, oh, it's not like what do you call it? The newest Star Trek movies where they just made Captain Kirk. Oh yeah, you didn't even finish
Oh, the
academy.
first
Go
officer,
ahead.
yeah,
You're a cat. No, they made him a captain by the end of the deal. It's like how? That does not work. Even in Star Trek universe, it doesn't work that way.
yeah, because he went from corporal and then sergeant. Was he sergeant?
Yeah, I get
Yeah, he
that. I
went to
get that
sergeant.
rank
Yeah, because
finally.
the other
It's
guy
it's when he
died.
jumps to it drops when it jumps to an officer rank though, is where I'm like, what?
Yeah. Uh,
I guess they could do that. I mean, I guess, but that's like a man. That'd have to be a really
a brown
crazy
noser.
deal. I guess you probably could do it. The military may have worked that way back in the day.
Oh, you think so? You just like
If you're losing
whoever.
so many soldiers, but normally you want an officer's got to go to college. I mean, I guess what the American Civil War, you can get all kinds of ranks if you had college. If you're like,
What
hey,
I
I'm going to join the military. You got college? Oh yeah, okay, you're a lieutenant now.
see, because I was thinking like it's because everything is so fast paced, right? So it really doesn't matter.
It
They just
doesn't
need
matter that
someone, yeah,
much.
really quick. But they kind of did show that, like, well, we go with squad leader, right? And then Gary Busey's son, I forgot his name, was it Jake
Jake,
Busey?
I don't know his character. I actually liked his character
Yeah,
too.
this one is better, a lot better, because we saw him in The Frighteners, where he played a serial killer, which was he was
Oh
really good.
yeah, I
That
forgot about
he was
that.
really good in
Yeah.
that role, you know.
Yeah, he was likable in this one because I like it when he sits down and he smiles. He
Yeah,
still
he's like, hey,
got
how's it
me.
going? Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. I like it when he walks up, sits down. Hey, how's it going?
how's it going? I thought that was so funny.
It was funny because and this guy survives the entire war.
He does, and like I did like that, like he did try, like I'm gonna make squad leader. Both of them are fighting neck to neck, right?
Yeah.
And then they showed that like, well, he doesn't have what it takes, and he didn't know he didn't have what it takes until they were in the field. That's when he realized, like, you know what, I'm just a fighter. I
Yeah.
did like some of those little bit of character development, and then you're right, like, oh, someone's just corporal and then sergeant, and like, what the hell's the order here? I was confused by that too, like, but there's thousands of other guys, but then we picked Rico because, we saw him. So this movie is kind of like also in the 80s in a way. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it's
that.
got that. Well, it's 90s, so
Oh,
I
way
mean, it
90s.
follows the 90s formula pretty good. I like
Yeah.
the spaceships too. The Roger Young spacecraft, the design of their spaceships,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
neat.
That was pretty good.
See, in the real book, I think they're supposed to have power suits.
Power suits. What do you
They're
mean? Like
supposed to be like some
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 kind
kind
of
of
armor?
armor,
Oh,
and they have
okay.
a drop. Yeah, they could. I think it drops them through space, and they hit the ground, and they can fight. They
I
took that out. That was in the book, and I think they put it in the movie originally. Because see, here's the thing.
mm-hmm. You have a book.
Oh
The
yeah, of
making
course I
of
do.
awesome.
And it has list all the stuff they're going to build. Here's like all the helm. Here's the power suit,
Oh,
and here is
the
thousands of helmets they
helmets.
had for the extras.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I think the
and
helmets
plus
were reused from another movie, or we used these helmets for another
they
movie.
may have, they
But
may have.
it's
I
just
mean,
props.
because I notice a lot of their stuff. If you work at retail stuff or go to a farm or ranch store,
Yeah.
a lot of the containers are actually septic systems.
Oh, really?
Plastics. So yeah, they sell plastic septic systems. You dig a hole, plant them in the ground.
What
Well, they had them out in the open, use them as storage containers. I was like, what? I don't want anything out of
did you
there.
read about those power suits in your book? Like, is this supposed to
Yeah,
make them run faster,
yeah,
stronger,
it's supposed to.
anything?
Yeah, it's supposed to make them stronger stuff. It's kind of
Oh,
like a
okay.
RoboCop suit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
matter of fact, it's kind of like the Celium suit. The Celium
Oh, I
thing
see, I see. Huh. Well, that's pretty
straps
cool.
onto you.
It looks like
Plus,
some kind of a video game where you
I,
dress like that, you play some kind of Powerball.
yeah. Well, I think
Not
also
the lottery.
Dizzy's in the book. Dizzy's actually a man.
Oh, really?
And I think
Oh,
he's
you
like
know
a
what? The love triangle thing, and like I can't believe Dizzy died
yeah. Well,
because I think Denise Richards is a higher rank, like
yeah. Well, she was the
more
more
popular
popular. She was more
actress.
well known at the
Yeah.
time, I'd say. Well, she was the big thing on at the deal, and it is part of kind of why I went to the theater.
Oh, Denise Richards.
Yeah, and then I was like, nowadays it's like I'm looking at the movie like I would pick Dizzy over
So, I would too in this whole movie, but the way so everybody was naked in that shower scene except Denise Richards is
everybody.
not there. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was one of the biggest things back then in '97 to
everybody,
see.
even the director and the cinematographer
Yeah.
too.
Like, well, but that's beside the point. And I thought it was the first time I ever seen anything like that. Like, it's co-ed
Well, that was
showers.
RoboCop. RoboCop.
RoboCop had that.
Yes, RoboCop had to go and shower, dude. That was locker room.
Oh, the
Should say
locker
shower.
rooms. Yeah, yeah,
Remember they go in there? That's the same thing. It would have had
yeah.
showers in there. I'm sure people were like, whatever.
I like that scene a lot, not because of the shower scene, right? But they were talking about like, hey, why did you join up the military? Why did you do this? I like everybody's reasoning, and they have that scene just to point out Rico. Like, Rico is the only one that's the odd one out because everybody's there for a reason. Because
Yeah.
they want to become citizen. Because Rico is this rich boy. He doesn't need any of this. One guy needs money for college. The other one needs to have like a kid, like
Yeah.
to be
To make
registered
it
for
easier.
citizens. Yeah, to make their life easier. But
Political
then
service.
Rico doesn't need any of this
This is
stuff.
kind of like the Roman Empire. To be a citizen of the Roman
Oh,
Empire, you had to join the
you
military.
gotta join the military. Yeah, so I
To
thought that
make
scene was actually pretty good. Like, now that I'm watching it as an older adult.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't still doesn't know because see the whole movie he keeps asking the teacher stuff for he goes, so what they ask him, what do you need to be a citizen? The only reason he wants to be the only reason he goes there is because he's chasing Denise Reese's character.
Yep.
He's chasing a girl, which is funny because Dizzy only joined because she's chasing Rico.
Yeah. Yep.
So basically, and the thing is he keeps asking, so what should I do? Should I do this or should I not? Should I do because he doesn't even know what he wants to do the whole movie.
No, he
He just
doesn't.
kind of falls into it.
It's because he just there to chase a girl. That was it.
Yeah, in
Everybody
the
has
end,
a reason to go there.
and at the end, he's just a full-time military.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, he becomes full-time
So
military.
the whole storyline for him is just a love story.
Not really. Well, at the end,
For
though, he doesn't get he doesn't really have the girl
He doesn't
either.
really have the girl, but then he just
Doesn't have
went in
nothing.
there just to save her. That's
Yeah,
really it.
and then he stays in the military. Then she
Which
becomes the
is,
captain.
you know what? Which actually it makes me like this even better because it didn't have the happy ending for the main character. It's like a happy ending for the whole plot as the whole story.
Yeah, well, I
For
mean, they
ev-
accomplished what they wanted to.
yes. It's not like
That
the
we
guy
know.
wins the girl. Like, cause she said, "Oh, Disney died. Maybe he's gonna get her back." But like, no, that's not how it ends.
Yeah, And he doesn't really care about it that time.
So I
I
think
mean, he
that's
does care about her, but
maybe that's why this movie didn't do so good because people say like, oh, I don't like the ending because you told like I always go back to where you said people want a happy ending, right? But this guy didn't get the girl. But it was so
yeah,
interesting. Is like guys like me and you, we went to see this movie. So like,
yeah.
there's only a limited selection of people who went to see this movie, and you and I are already one of them. Obviously, Cody, because I remember him seeing this movie with me and along with my cousin. So yeah, I'm not even sure if my sister saw this movie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the movie didn't do. I mean,
The
we
movie
saw a
didn't do
movie
good.
that. Here's the funny thing, though, but they kept making more of them.
They did make it focus. It became like a cult
I
classic,
mean,
right?
they never, yeah, they never really made it to theaters again, but they were all direct to video.
Yeah, like but there's like four other movies after this,
So this universe actually became a successful.
right? And I know
Yeah,
some we talk about some other franchise that never got their universe, but this one got it
yeah.
because
This
I think
well,
the
this is
video
well.
sales was
Here's
really
this one got it.
better.
I mean, so basically, Paul Verhoeven, I keep
Verhoeven,
saying his
yeah,
name wrong.
yeah, me neither.
He made another franchise. Is what he built, just not as famous, not a very famous one.
Just like RoboCop,
Exactly, that's what I was getting at.
huh?
'Cause it's probably just as famous as RoboCop. Because I mean, I know RoboCop got a bunch of movies, but a lot of its movies eventually fizzled. Comic books. I mean, there's Starship Troopers, comic books, video games, everything, just like
Yeah.
RoboCop.
Oh, I
I
could
would
see how
say,
this would make a great video game.
yeah, I would say this is as even with RoboCop now.
It's kind of like a little bit like Halo, where the
I
Covenant or
mean,
those
I
things,
mean, the
or
only thing
Gears
it
of
did,
War,
I mean, the only thing he touched it didn't become a franchise was Showgirls. I mean, but
and
I'm sure they thought about making a comic book and video game of that too.
Basic Instinct.
Well, that one would be really hard to sell.
Well, Hollow Man,
Oh
Total,
yeah, all of it.
Total
That's great.
Recall. Total Recall, you don't need a franchise. It
Total
just
Recall though, what could have been a probably could have been one.
probably put a green one.
I'm sure there's people. I mean, me and you watched it, and then we watched the new one.
Oh, still love the. I still like both of them.
You know, it's funny though. They even made a new RoboCop. So
That one was okay.
I wonder if they'll make a new Starship Troopers.
I,
But
I
the
was I
Starship
was
Troopers
hoping
isn't
this
that. But
conversation
this
would go
isn't
to
that
that.
old. Yeah, but this is
It's not that
that
old.
old. But
It,
somebody might make it. But somebody may make it base it more on the book.
yeah, or TV series.
But this is Sony. This belongs to Sony. So this is a
So it's gonna go into the trash.
Sony's. Hey, as much as we talk about it, Sony stuff franchises still last
Like
pretty long time.
like
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
yeah, they last a pretty long time. They don't do as good as franchise as Disney does, but they do better than 20th Century Fox, which is
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, I did want to notice one thing because, like, we talk about the shower scene, right? So, like, it's like a lot of the themes from, I guess, this director Paul. There's no privacy because what I looked down, like, all the mails and phone calls, right?
Oh
Like,
well, it's just it was the real idea behind it is just that they're so gun ho on going to fight the bugs and start a good military that who cares what race you are and who cares what
oh no, not
gender
race.
you're.
No, no, I'm
Is that
not
what
talking
you're
about
saying?
that. No, 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 I'm talking about like every time they answer a phone call, like when Rico's quit the military, and then he's going to go back home, you just do a video call with a big old screen talking to my parents. Like,
Oh yeah, AT&T.
there's no private phone call, conversation, mail, nothing. Like, hey, I want to
Oh,
check.
well, not in the military.
Not in the military, but
Not in
then,
their
but
military.
even in the
But why
school
would
too.
it be in their military though? Because
Even in the school too.
well, they're
Remember when they
probably
were
just
checking their math scores? Like, Rico got like
oh
a
yeah, when
30
everybody
or
can see
something.
it.
Like, dude, I don't want to
But
broadcast this stuff.
that's the thing though. Most likely though, schools though some schools do pass all the post all the grades. You know, everybody walks up and looks at the grade
Yeah,
right there in
some
front of them.
schools, yeah. I remember
So
my
that was
geometry
just
teacher did
that
that.
was just the computer version of it.
Sometimes it's so funny, right? I remember like my geometry teacher did that, and like me and Cody are in the same class, and sometimes like, oh, I don't want to show me and Cody getting hundreds all the time, like or 90s. They she puts
Oh,
on
you
the
didn't
board.
want you
Oh,
didn't want you didn't want them to go. Oh, look at these two Asian kids. Of course they did. Look at these two Chinese kids. You know they
that
did.
is so funny. Oh, one of the things I love in this movie is the laser tattooing. Oh, I'm assuming that's laser.
It looked like a laser
Yeah,
tattoo to me too.
I'm like, whoa. I would. It's really funny, Shane. So you know I have a pool, right? So right now, if I wanted to get anything tattooed, I'll have to wait until November because if you get a tattoo, you can't go to the pool for like 2 weeks. I'm like, well, I don't want
Wow.
to sit out there. Yeah.
Well, then, hey, guess what? It saves you a little bit of money of wasting on something that's going to look like a prune in a couple years. It's like,
I
oh yeah,
might
I got a
not. We never
tattoo.
know.
Got a tattoo. Great.
I
It's
thought
like,
that
oh,
was
it looks
pretty
like a
cool.
raisin now.
They did have that Baka tank.
They did have the Baka tank.
It
That
did
looked pretty
bother me a
good.
little bit. Like, okay, so all the people who died, right? Rico was the only one that got saved because he got stabbed in the leg. Oh, sometimes it's hard for me to tell who's who because the helmet, and I couldn't
Yeah, the
see their
helmet made it
face.
hard to tell it was him, and it
Yeah.
plus it could have been a stunt double. Anyhow, it's got stabbed in the leg, and it's supposed to look like he's dead. But that's what made the story better, because remember this movie starts off with him getting killed, but you don't even know who he is.
Oh yes. And
And
I
then the movie goes on, and then you realize this is what we saw at the first. But the thing is, though, it's the he got stabbed in the leg. He probably should have been killed, but the problem is he got saved by his teacher.
oh that's right, Michael
Remember, because
Ironside.
it's like, yeah, he's the guy who saves you.
I do like Michael Ironside.
A lot of people like Michael Myers.
Cause like, well, I know Paul Van Hoven liked him because he was in RoboCop. Also, no, no,
Yes,
not
it
RoboCop.
was.
He's Total Recall. He was in Total Recall,
Oh
not
yeah,
RoboCop. And I remember we saw First Class together, right? X-Men First
yes,
Class.
we
And when
did.
Michael Ironside showed up, I was like, whoa! I haven't seen Michael Ironside since probably this movie. This- right? I have not seen
Well,
Michael
I saw
Ironside
him
since
on
this movie.
Sequest. Sequest.
Sequest.
He took over as the captain of the Sequest on
Oh,
another season.
is that a TV show?
Yeah, I thought we
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
you
it on
did
this
talk
show.
about it. But I was,
Yeah, Sequest.
I'm gonna see what between Starship Troopers to X-Men First Class that he was in. Hold on, he was in Free Will. I saw that
Who did he play
in First Class. He
yeah.
played the captain of the U.S. ship, like right before like the
Oh,
Russians
okay.
was trying to
Yeah,
cross.
before the Russians.
Yeah,
Yeah, before they
because he has a
lost
very
him.
distinct voice, you know, Michael Ironside. Oh, I know what it was. He also voices Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell.
Okay, well
I think that's why I like him so much.
that's probably why.
Oh, he was also in Terminator Salvation. And well, the machinist. Wow. Yeah, so from Starship Troopers, I have not seen him in anything until Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, and you didn't even remember.
Oh, I remember now, because now that I've seen, like, I could face, and then X-Men First Class.
Well, then when you're sitting in the theater, you forgot because we're sitting in the theater and you go,
forgot,
"Oh, I
yeah.
haven't seen him since then." And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, apparently we did because me and you saw Salvation at the theater too.
Yeah, we saw the Salvation at the theater, too. Yeah, Michael Ironside. I did like, I did like he was trying to almost shot the general, because the general said, shoot me.
Oh, shoot me. He goes, "Sir, he's just a little out of it."
Yeah, because he shot the sergeant because everybody knew that he wasn't gonna make it, so he shot him, and then
Yeah,
the
to keep him
general
from
like,
suffering.
it feels like that general was like one of those like you said, right? Because he was a college kid, so that's why he made general so easily.
Yeah, he went too far up the deal real quick.
Yeah,
Armchair general, social general.
and I thought like in this movie, besides Denise Richards, right, and Michael Ironside, well, and Neil Patrick Harris, it's hard to tell because I didn't know Casper Van Dien very
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, I didn't know. I
Well,
mean,
he was in something. I knew, and Dina Myers, I knew her because she was in some kind of
oh,
dragon
she
movie.
was in the other movie that we just saw. Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh yeah, she was in Johnny Mnemonic too.
Yeah. He was in Tarzan.
Yeah,
and
he
the
was in
Lost
Tarzan,
City.
but was that before that though?
Oh, this is after. Tarzan was the
Okay,
next year.
that's what I thought.
He was in
See,
Sleepy Hollow, which you saw and I didn't see.
yeah, I don't remember him from Sleepy Hollow though.
I mean, he was in Starship Trooper 3, and then the Starship Trooper Invasion.
Well, Starship Troopers is the first time I really saw him.
Oh, so anything before Starship Troopers, it was just two movies: Night Eyes
And
4
what was it? Was
and
it Denise Richards was what?
Casper?
Wild Things.
Casper's Spirit Beginning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I didn't know him at all. So I thought they cast the people like this, so that way, like, it's kind of like the horror movie deal, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't know
Well,
who's
everybody
gonna
knew who
die.
Doogie, and everybody knew who Doogie Howser was.
Oh yeah, I think Doogie Howser was the biggest star in this movie, and I think that's one of the major reasons I went to see this
Well,
movie
I think
because
it's
it's
like
been so
everybody's like, "Oh,
long.
I remember him." Yeah, I remember him, and he just kind of shows up.
You know what? I have no idea. Hold on. Denise Richards was in what was that
Well, it's the
movie?
Wild Things.
No,
It's Wild
besides Wild
Things.
Things was what was that movie with William Shatner also about the I can't remember it.
She was in a movie with William Shatner.
I can't remember it's William Shatner or if she was in this movie like a beauty pageant thing.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
You know, oh,
All I,
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
I didn't see that. All I saw was James Bond,
Wild Things.
Wild Things, of course, obviously.
Oh, she was in
Which
Loaded
is
Weapon 1. I saw that.
didn't see that.
The World's Not Enough.
Yeah, the world's not enough.
Undercover Brother. I saw that.
Oh, I saw that too.
Love Actually? Oh, yeah, she was in the end. That's Heather's favorite movie, so I've seen that a few times.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to apologize for it.
Scary Movie 3.
Yep, didn't see that.
I saw that because Charlie Sheen was in that one. What is it? Wow, she was in a lot of stuff I never seen.
Yeah, that's what a lot of.
That's
people
really weird, right? Like, but she Love Exit that. Like, but then we know her. Feel like we know her so well. We've seen her only in 3 movies.
That's because we saw her naked. That's.
Did we see her naked? I can't even remember. Was it in Wild Things?
Oh yeah, that's the
Huh.
only movie.
I guess Swan William Shatner was in this movie.
Well, I'm sure he probably thought he was going to be in it too. He's like, "Oh, what? You're cutting me."
Oh, Adam West was in it. Let me see him real quick.
The movies you've seen aren't enough.
Huh, maybe it wasn't this one then.
All right.
I can't remember because I thought it was one of those that's really funny. Because
Yeah, it's just me sitting here watching you look at the screen like you're Bruce Wayne. What is this Joker breaking into right now?
maybe it's not this movie. God.
I'm the guy behind. I'm the guy in the
Gosh.
chair. I'm the guy in the chair.
Oh, I did want to talk about the lashing.
Okay.
You know when oh, that was really good because I was gonna bring up like some of the other characters that I recognized, like the guy who took the helmet off in the live
Yeah, I guess
exercise.
brains blew up. Man,
Yeah.
that was a mess, wasn't it?
That was because he was in the catcher in Major League 2, so I only seen him in those movies. And the lashing thing, like, is this because it's made popular by Singapore? I didn't know like the punishment was be that severe, but I think it's because like the appearance, like the fascist thing.
Lashing's been around forever.
Oh, it is, but then I didn't know that
Yeah.
they would do that in the military. I thought that was like,
But that's where it came from.
oh, okay.
I mean, they don't lash you nowadays. They never lash you in the American military, but they would on ships. Naval? Yeah.
Oh,
You get
naval
lashings.
ships. Oh, okay.
You get lashings. And I'm sure lots of militaries, I mean, I'm sure a lot of militaries do it too.
I did like
And they probably did it in the American military in the 1800s.
oh, okay. I
Yeah,
doesn't like
lashings
it. So
would be one of the
I guess the
punishments.
weird thing is like they did it back then, right? So it was like weird to see this futuristic, and also they never said what year this was, which was fine.
Yeah, they did. They said what year. It's like the year, I forgot what year it was, 21 something.
Oh, okay,
Somewhere
so I
they put
don't
a year in
remember.
there. Somewhere in here they put a year.
You know, sometimes when I think these movies, right, if they don't put a movie, that's fine. If they just make a fictitious country, that's fine too. Or they don't even name the country. They just
Yeah.
say like, "Hey, this area, this is the hostile
Well, this
place."
one,
That's it.
in this place, they don't even tell you how the government really works. You just decide it was one whole big giant government.
Oh yeah,
But
you're right.
apparently, they got good space technology because they show them on one side of the galaxy and they fly all the way to the other side of the galaxy. That's amazing. Because even in Star Trek universe, you can't. They don't. They haven't even made it that far.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I wrote in a note here. At least the bugs, the blood is not acidic.
Of all the bugs we saw,
And now that I'm thinking
but
about
that did
this,
one bug did spit out fiery acid stuff.
oh
Tank
yeah,
bug, remember? And then they got the
that
flying
one.
bug.
Then they bombed the those bugs. I did like now that I wonder how it would be if Battlefield Earth, those I can't remember those whatever those that race of those aliens are, the 8-9 foot people, right?
Yeah.
Come to fight
The
the bugs.
giants.
Who would win? That would be a cooler battle than humans versus the bugs. It would be bugs against those cyclops or whatever.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, I don't want to see it. Oh,
I'm just saying it's interesting. I might not want to see it either. Okay, but this is a better space movie than obviously that one.
I don't know. That is something if you think about it though, because you think about Battlefield Earth, those aliens are so advanced. They're so advanced. They came and attacked the Earth, and they were dummies. They were morons. How?
I don't know because humans are not that advanced. We're not going to
What
talk about
was
that movie anymore.
what were those aliens called? What were they? BGFs? What was that called?
I can't.
Big giants. What was that movie that Spielberg made? It BGF. Was
Oh,
it?
BFG,
Yeah, those were BFGs.
Battle Force Gun, but it sounds like it could be acronym for something else.
Exactly, but it's supposed to be giants.
Yeah, Giants. Yeah,
Wasn't it
Battle
big freaking
Force,
giants?
big freaking Giants, Battle Force
Big
Giants. I
friendly
have no idea.
giants?
Ooh,
Oh,
that
okay.
sounds good too. Yeah. Oh, we need to invade the Blood Planet. I did like the intro. They showed you all the action scenes, right? And then they show you 1 year earlier. That was pretty good because it just bring you back right to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a lot of movies we've been watching lately would start like, we'll start here and then we'll come back to it.
Very Tarantino, right?
I don't know. He just keeps saying Tarantino seems to be every filmmaker that makes a movie.
uh, not a lot, I guess. I
All
don't
our
know.
Deadpools were like that
Deadpool did that, yes.
twice.
Deadpool did that twice. Ooh, that's interesting.
It's probably going to do it in the third movie.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That is interesting, though.
There's a lot of movies, though, if you think about quite a few movies that start somewhere in the middle of the movie and then go back.
Hmm.
I mean, Tarantino's his don't start in the middle of the movie, really. He starts at
He
the
starts
end or
all over the
somewhere.
place, yeah.
Yeah, and some of his is just little segments all the way through the movie. It's a
Yeah.
little bitty bunch of tales. I mean, it's like Southland tales, but then
Southland
that
tells,
starts.
yeah. No, it did. It kind of didn't. I don't know.
I think it started at the end and it's went all the way back to the beginning.
Yo, the middle or something. I have no
That's
idea.
the thing. That's what you should show. Just a movie at the very end and start. There you go. Okay, because I think some movies do that. Here, we're gonna let me tell you the story. This is how I got stuck here. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, you couldn't find a good place to start. Sometimes the best place to start is at the beginning.
yeah. You know, another thing about this movie, I just looking at my notes, right? They were dissecting the bugs in the class. I'm like, did they really
Oh
need
yeah,
to do that?
that was one of the Golden Girls.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that was
The
Ruth.
class,
What's
the
her?
the teacher,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. One of the Golden Girls was in here. She's famous.
Oh,
And did they really need to open those bugs? No, they needed to show Denise Richards throw up. So that's why they showed
oh,
them just
just that for
they're
that
just
scene,
pulling through
right?
their bugs. I don't know what the scene was really. I guess actually the scene was probably supposed to tell you how dangerous these bugs and how much they evolved was.
Oh,
But people were too busy paying attention, like the kids. You're supposed to be like in school. You never really pay attention to the teachers anyways. Well, I'm not being ugly about it. Most people don't.
no, no, you're right because they
Yeah,
kind of showed that in Rico and
because in
Michael
life you
Einstein's
always meet
class.
people. Yeah, because in life you'll be like stand in line to go do something, and people will point out something. Oh, I didn't know this, and you're looking at them like you must be stupid because they taught this in kindergarten. You know,
Not paying
you
attention,
know.
yeah.
And that's the thing. You meet people all the time that will ask you like they'll say, "Well, I never heard of this," and it's like, how did you not?
Yeah.
It's lucky that they don't let you out of school without learning things, or almost none of the human race would ever get out of school here in America, I should say.
Oh, did you read any interesting facts about this movie?
Not really. Like I said, though, as far as I know, that Dizzy's supposed to have been a man.
Oh, that was you said I didn't come across that.
That's
I
in
was
the book. That's in the book.
oh, that's in the book
And they made it a woman.
to do that love triangle. You think?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think in the book, I could be wrong, but I think Dizzy in the book is in love with Rico too. And then he has a sex change or something. That would have been something that would
Huh?
have been different to tell in this story now.
Wow,
And I
back
could be
in
wrong.
1958, huh?
I'd have to go
Or
through here and read it
59,
again.
1959
And it may
novel.
not. Maybe somebody just wrote that.
Huh?
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I always collect the making of books, mainly because I like the artwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the artwork.
No, that's good because like I like that you collect them though. You
Yeah,
know.
well, for a while I did. Starship Troopers. Matter of fact, I think I went and got the book before I saw the movie.
Really? It's because of from the stuff you saw in the trailer?
Yeah, well, they had it at the store, and I was like, "Huh, I gotta get this."
It's
Yeah,
kind of
I got the, but I got Making a Men in Black before I saw the movie too.
that's so weird that you were like it's kind of like a mini spoiler,
I
right?
think I did, and I may have not. I
But
don't know.
then like
I'm pretty sure I got Men in Black before I saw Men in Black, though.
but then like it's
Because
kind of like
some
a
of
mini
them,
spoiler,
it's kind
isn't
of like a
it?
mini spoiler, but some of them don't really tell you the story. And
I
I
just
could
tell
be
you the
wrong. I may got it confused. I may be wrong, but I could have swore I got these before I saw the movie.
no, you could be right.
But doesn't make sense now that I think about it because Men in Black had the script in it.
It did.
Yeah, the Men in Black ones, they're making a Men in Black. I bet you I got it afterwards.
So it's kind of funny, like these books would hit the shelves first before the movie would
But
be,
sometimes it wouldn't make sense though, because you want to advertise the movie.
yeah, like marketing, right? Like these
But
books
I,
are,
yeah, you don't want to tell, but they don't tell the whole story. But I'm not sure if I got them before the movie or it came out or not.
hmm.
Now that I think about it.
But then like, so you're the kind of person to get the books before the movie. But then for me, it was like I need to
Well,
see the
either
movie
way.
first. But then like,
Oh,
oh,
I don't gotta see the
now
book.
I'm
Yeah, exactly.
interested. Yeah,
Well, I like artwork, so the movie could suck.
yeah.
It's like if the movie could suck this, but if the artwork's good, what do I care?
Oh yeah, the awkward because sometimes because people work on different things.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of movies that got good productions, good artwork, like Batman and Robin. I got to making a Batman and
Oh
Robin.
yeah.
Some of the artwork in the book is amazing.
Oh yeah.
The
But the
movie
movie
itself,
sucked.
though, it's like, phew, man, Clooney, thanks a lot. No, but
Schumacher.
anyhow, oh yeah, Schumacher. Let's really blame it.
Schumacher.
Let's really blame it. But the problem is, we say Schumacher and people are like, what? But
But
you
then
say Clooney and people are like,
yeah,
yes.
It's Schumacher. But then it's really Warner Brothers. Remember?
I know because you like to blame it on the studio, the
Well, I only
productions.
blame it on the studio after I find out it's because they want to make this more kid friendly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, actually,
the
they tried to
studio
do that in Batman Forever, like not because they felt the first two was too violent. Like Tim Burton is too dark,
was too
and
dark, but that's what appealed to me,
yeah,
and I was young.
and then like so like I only blame the studio because like well they want to change it that way, they want to sell it more, things like
Yeah,
that.
well, but let's put it this way though.
They're not here to
You
tell
can't
a
really
story.
get you can't get too mad about it because Warner Brothers did that before.
Oh, I think they've always done that.
Well, they had Batman. Batman was too violent, so they made Robin in the comics so they can get more kids to read the comic book.
Yeah.
So basically, the Batman movies turned out like the real comic
Hey,
books.
you know what? You and I never talked about, or I didn't know how the story is, or maybe you do. Like, how did DC become acquired by Warner Brothers? Or is it always under that umbrella? Do you know?
Oh, it wasn't. I can't remember. I used to know the story. That's funny you asked that. I
Oh,
used to know the story. Well, anyway, I don't. I forgot the story, but they've owned them for a long
for a
time.
long time, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's funny. The guy who created most of Warner Bros. Well, not Warner Bros. Most of DC Comics
Mm-hmm.
is the guy who created EC Comics. Uh, EC Comics was the horror comics.
Oh, okay.
His last name was Gaines. He needed to sell comic books. I think EC Comics came along after that. But basically, this guy just, I forgot how it happens. I'd have to read the story and say it. Maybe
Okay.
we'll have a show and I'll tell you the
Okay,
story.
good.
No,
So,
I had the story and I knew it because I know the guy that created, because he basically bought comic books from everybody else.
oh,
DC Comics is a collection of, Marvel. We say that Stan Lee created it, which he really didn't
but
create all the
he
Marvel
worked.
comics.
Yeah, he didn't. He created all the
But he
characters.
was the editor and he helped write. He helped create them and did and Marvel controlled those characters.
Yes.
But the thing is, DC they bought Batman, they bought Wonder Woman, they bought all these from other. Somebody created these characters and they brought them in,
So kind of
and
like
then they
Action
collected them.
Comics, right? Because I was going to
Yeah,
ask you what's the
Action
difference.
Comics was on a standalone. It was Action Comics and DC Comics,
So
Detective Comics, but
so
they're the same. They're owned by the
they are
same
the
person.
same. Okay.
They were the same. They're the same brand. They're all on the same deal. Action Comics was Superman, but you got to think Superman had two creators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Simon Schuster and I forgot who the other one is.
Yeah.
Of course, Bob Kane was the creator of Batman. Then you had the creator, whatever the guy was, created Wonder Woman, the psychiatrist guy. Basically, he just looped them all together. But the guy came out with comic books because he needed to make a money. His last name was Gaines because his son, I think it was him. What was that? The TV show HBO, Tales from the Crypt.
I
That's
love
EC
that.
Comics. That's EC Comics.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love
So
Tales from the
that came
Crypt.
along later because eventually I think they sold it to Warner Brothers or something. But basically, this guy found comics, newspaper comics
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
attic, and he needed to make some money during Depression. I think it was Depression, and he folded them up and made them into booklets and started selling them. They sold really well, so he got some with people to start drawing them. They started creating them, and then made the comic books. They're the guys that create the comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, DC's basically the guy who helped create comic books in a
Oh.
way. So yeah, I'll have to read that and
Yes,
tell the
that would
story.
make
The
an
story was
interesting
interesting
show.
because I can't remember which way it went because another guy got cut out of the business. I think he sold it or something. Either
Oh,
sold
okay.
it or he got a partner and he got bumped out of it.
Because like I would like to know, like, cause Superman was made in early '80s, right? So like,
Well, Superman is one of the oldest.
yeah,
He's the oldest
but then
superhero. But you
Warner
got to think,
Brothers already had the rights to these characters.
eventually, I can't remember how it came along. But anyways, you got to think Superman is the oldest comic book character.
Yeah,
Really.
Superman. Yep.
But the comic books are called comic books because, like I said, they had comic book characters, they had cartoon characters,
Oh,
and they just slowly thought, well, we'll just start. The guy had an idea. It's like I've been doing comic book characters. Comic characters like Mickey Mouse or all them characters. Just throwing it out there, and he thought, well, why don't we do superhero stories? Because he saw Superman, and then that's when that came along. And of course, Marvel's sitting over here, which is not Marvel. I think it's called Timely
timely.
or Fox. It was either called Timely or Fox. And they are, matter of fact, I think he may be started them. Somehow all these comic book companies are hooked together and then they broke up.
And then they
But
just
but
branch out.
Timely started making superheroes too, but you got to think theirs was the Human Torch first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and the third was the Human Torch and the Phantom
Yeah.
and Namor, the submariner or submariner,
Well,
however you
yeah,
want to say it.
Submariner, Submariner, yeah,
But
Nemo.
anyways, yeah, because Captain America don't come along until the World War II.
Yeah.
So Captain America's not even near as old as Batman or any of them.
Yeah,
But you
because
got to
that's
think
a lot
Batman and
older.
Superman in 1930s.
Yeah. Wow.
See, it wasn't until the 60s that superhero comic books became the main thing.
Yeah, that's true. Cause
Spider-Man and all those. That's when Marvel came into the scene, and of course it helped all the other comic book characters. You see Batman, all them, and Superman. People are almost getting tired of all that until like Marvel came back.
I came with this, yeah,
Yeah,
well in the
yeah, because I
'80s.
mean Batman's almost been canceled several times in the comic books because it just kind of got crummy.
Until what's his name?
Basic,
Frank Miller
basically,
came along.
basically, yeah. Let's put it this way: Batman comics they'd have a real high point and they'd have a low point. They have a high point. So basically, they'd start off with Keaton's, and then they go to the clinic. You almost get canceled. Then they go Keaton.
They go back to Bale,
Yeah,
and then back to Keaton.
yeah, and then all of a sudden Clooney shows up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, you know what? I think it's time to end this one because we went through Starship Troopers with me questioning about comic
yeah,
books.
so we ended up with comic books,
But you know what? That's what just
but
sparks
come
my
on, this is
mind.
all about fan stuff that we're just fans, two big old
Yep.
fans,
We
two big
just
old
gotta
nerd fans.
just talk about stuff. But well, yeah, I'll end this right here. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.